New signing Steven Bergwijn set to make his debut for Tottenham. Spurs are still pushing for that top 4 place. We're only 6 points away from top 4. This is the match preview. Spurs v Manchester City. Welcome back to another video. So, Manchester City will travel to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday for this Sunday clash, 4:30 kickoff. Really excited for this game. It should be a very, very entertaining game. Of course, we know that Manchester City have quality throughout their team. Tottenham really do need to be on top of their game. It will be interesting to see if brand new signing Steven Bergwijn makes his debut for the club. I'm sure he will. I wouldn't even be surprised if Jose Mourinho starts him for the game, knowing how he makes such bold decisions in matches. Tottenham are only 6 points away from top 4 right now. The quality of the Premier League hasn't been this great this season. Teams all around us are losing. That top 4 place is up for grabs. Yes, I know a lot of people are very disappointed yesterday that we didn't sign a striker, but we just have to make do, and we have to go on to the season and just believe that we can reach that top 4 place. Now, Tottenham are 6th in the Premier League right now. We have played 24, we have won 9, we have drawn 7, and we have lost 8. We have scored 38 goals, conceding 32, and we have 34 points. Chelsea are in 4th place at the moment. They play Leicester today. Big game, that one. They have 40 points. Manchester City, our opponents on Sunday, are sitting in 2nd place right now. They have played 24. They have won 16, drawn 3, and lost 5. They have scored a staggering 65 goals so far this season in the Premier League, conceding 27, and they have 51 points. Team use for Tottenham remains unchanged. We are still without Harry Kane, Moussa Sissoko, and Ben Davies. Don't forget to put your predicted lineup in the comment section below. Also, your score predictions. I'm now going to talk through a few of the match facts and stats. So, Tottenham really will be hoping for a win. We haven't beaten a top 6 established side all season. Very, very frustrating. And we haven't beaten Manchester City at home since October 2016. Tottenham are winless in 6 Premier League games against Manchester City, drawing 2 and losing 4. Surprisingly, Tottenham do have a very good record against Manchester City, as Spurs have claimed 23 Premier League victories against City. The only team to have a better record against Manchester City is Everton, who have beaten them 26 times. So one thing Tottenham have really been struggling for this season, and that is clean sheets. Now, Tottenham have kept just 2 clean sheets in 17 league and cup games under Jose Mourinho, and we have lost 2 of our 6 home games under Mourinho as well. Now, one player that really does need to shine on Sunday afternoon, and that is Dele Alli. He has had a hand in 9 goals in 16 games under Jose Mourinho in all competitions, scoring 6 and assisting 3, which is 3 times as many as he recorded in 10 appearances under Pochettino this season. Now, we all know what a threat Manchester City are, a fantastic team in recent years. City have now scored in each of their last 23 Premier League away games, the 3rd longest such run in the competition's history. Now, I know we have to watch out for every single Manchester City player, but this one in particular, Kevin De Bruyne, he averages an assist every 180 minutes in the Premier League, the best such ratio in the competition's history, a minimum of 20 assists. An absolutely outstanding footballer and one to watch on Sunday afternoon. Another worrying stat, Manchester City have won 11 out of their last 12 Premier League games in London. The only one that they lost was a 2-0 defeat by Chelsea in December 2018. So let's talk about the predicted lineup. I'm going to go for a 4-3-3. I'm going to go for Hugo Lloris in goal, obviously, and then a back four of Serge Aurier at right back, Tanganga at left back, and then I'm going to go for a centre-back pairing of Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, and then a midfield three of Giovanni Lo Celso, Harry Winks and Dele Alli, and then a forward three of Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, and Steven Bergwijn. Yes, I do think he will start. I do think he will make his debut against Manchester City. I'm hugely excited. Let me know if you agree with my predicted lineup. If you don't, put your predicted lineup in the comment section below. Again, teamed up with Andy from Man City Fan TV. Andy has very kindly sent me 5 questions to answer from a Tottenham point of view. I have sent him 5 questions from a Manchester City point of view, previewing this game, talking about our season so far, players to look out for and score predictions and so forth. So here they are. Please do let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, whether you agree with my thoughts, whether you agree with Andy's thoughts as well. Let's hope for a good game on Sunday. I'll see you at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Come on, you Spurs. So, question 1, Andy asks, how have Spurs fans taken to Jose? I must say, it was a very weird atmosphere in the away end when Jose Mourinho come in. We hadn't won away for 10 months. Jose Mourinho come in. This was against West Ham at the Olympic Stadium, and we won the game 3-2. It was a half-hearted cheer for Jose Mourinho and a chant for Jose Mourinho at the end of the game. Just a number of fans were singing his name. I know a lot of people who absolutely love him and adore him, and I know a lot of people who the jury is still out and they are questioning the appointment of Jose Mourinho. So it is very, very mixed. Of course, Jose Mourinho comes with this excellent record of winning trophies, and Tottenham need trophies. Of course, we haven't won a league championship since 1961. We haven't won a European trophy since 1984. We haven't won an FA Cup since 1991. And the last cup that Tottenham actually won was the League Cup in 2008. So everybody is counting on Jose Mourinho to bring Tottenham a trophy. And I think that those people who are excited, me included, because when Jose Mourinho was appointed Tottenham manager, although I was very, very disappointed to see Pochettino go, Jose Mourinho has won trophies everywhere he has gone. So if he can bring us a trophy or two, I think the Tottenham fans will be absolutely delighted.
Okay, and my question that I need to answer from Chris, number 1, is what are your expectations for Man City now this season? This surely has been written off as Liverpool are going to win the league. They're that far ahead and are currently unbeaten. Yes, I agree. I think the title is finished, if I'm being honest, even though mathematically we can still win it. I think Liverpool have got far too many points and are probably going to go on and win the league this year. But we're in second. I'm hopeful that for the remainder of the Premier League season, we're going to get as many points as possible and certainly reduce that gap. We're in the next round of the Champions League against Real Madrid. That's coming up shortly. And I'm hopeful that we can go through and that tie and have a good run in the Champions League, maybe a semi or a final, or who knows, even win it this season if Pep prioritises that as his number 1. Because I can see us, we're going to be in the top 4 this season in the Premier League. I'm hopeful that we finish runners-up. And we're in the final of the Carabao Cup yet again, this time playing Villa. And you would hope, without sounding cocky, that City should go on and win another trophy at least, the next round of the FA Cup as well. So we could be on a run in the FA Cup as well. So if we finish the season second with 2 domestic cup competitions, a good run in the Champions League, or who knows, even win it, that'd be another 3 trophies on the back of last season, which was absolutely incredible. So there's still lots of things to go for this season. I'm not too disheartened about not winning the Premier League. We can't win it every year. We've got to, as City fans, just lower our expectations sometimes. Only one team can win it. Liverpool have been very good this season, and we've been too inconsistent.
Andy's next question is, been a mixed season so far. Where do you think you can finish considering you were in the Champions League final last season? Well, if we were going to talk about the Premier League standard has been so poor this season, not only for Tottenham, but everybody going for that top four. Teams all around us are losing. We know that Leicester can drop points. We know that Chelsea can drop points. We know that Manchester United are mediocre. So we must believe that we can reach that top four place. At the moment, we are 6 points away from that top four place. I do think that we can reach that top four place. Frustrating last night that we didn't sign a striker. We had the whole of the summer to replace players like Fernando Llorente and Kieran Trippier, and we haven't. We've had the whole of the January transfer window to replace them, and we haven't. It's very, very frustrating because it looks like Harry Kane is going to be out until the end of the season, and we don't have a recognised striker. Yes, we have players like Eric Lamela, Sonny, Lucas Moura, Dele Alli, who can score goals, but they are not an out-and-out striker. But we must believe that we can reach that top four place because of everyone being so poor around us. Champions League, we are in the last 16 against RB Leipzig. Who knows? You know, Jose Mourinho is a master at these types of games, so who knows how far we can progress in the Champions League. I tell you what, to reach the Champions League final on the 1st of June last year was absolutely amazing, and then of course ruined after 30 seconds by that penalty decision. But FA Cup, a lot of us have got our eyes on the FA Cup. I'm sure Jose Mourinho has his eye on the FA Cup because we must go for this trophy. You know, we haven't won an FA Cup since 1991, as I said earlier. 29 years since we last won the FA Cup. It is a crazy, crazy stat. So I'm hoping that we can finish top four and hoping that we can have a couple of good cup runs and hopefully we will win the FA Cup.
Okay, and Chris's second question to me is, Man City don't seem to be playing like they have been in the past few years. What's happened this season? It's a difficult one. If we take where we are currently after 24 games and compare it to where we were last season in January, we're only 5 points worse off this season. It's just that Liverpool have been ultra consistent, unbeaten so far and sort of walking ahead. We've had a few games that we should have won and we got beat. Wolves in particular, one of the games we got beat twice by Wolves. And the Norwich game we should have won without a shadow of doubt. Remember, we played you guys at home 2-2. We got the last minute goal, which was chalked off, Gabby's goal, which shouldn't have been chalked off. So that would have been another additional 3 points. But overall, we've missed massively. We missed Aymeric Laporte. He's now back, and just as soon as he came back and he played his first game, you saw the massive difference. He's such a world-class centre-back. We lost Vincent Kompany. So we lost leadership around the club, on the training pitch, on the pitch, just around, you know, the club in general. So we've missed a real strong leader as well. Aymeric Laporte being back is a massive bonus, and hopefully he'll start tomorrow against Spurs. But then Leroy Sané, the Community Shield, he's been out since then. He's now back in training. And if you go through sort of last season's stats, I think it was something along the lines of, 16 goals, 18 assists from Leroy Sané. Now, when you think about that, it's phenomenal. That's a huge amount that we've lost already. Not only that, we've lost that we can bring him on as a sub. Run at players. I mean, he's devastating when he runs at players. Well, we've missed that, and I think that's what the pressure has built up on Raheem. He's played so much football. He can't play at that sustained level that he has done, certainly at the beginning of the season and the last 2 seasons. So we've seen a drop-off in form from Raheem, and really, we've got nobody else to bring on as a natural winger. So Sané's been a massive loss. I think certain players have been inconsistent this season. Bernardo Silva's not had the season he had last year. He was our player of the season last season, but he's starting to hit a bit of form, which is good news. We've had players like Kevin De Bruyne has been a little bit in and out. He's been absolutely amazing recently. He's still been in and out of form, picked up a couple of niggles here and there. So Mahrez has come to the fore, but overall we've missed that massive leadership from Vincent Kompany. We've missed Aymeric Laporte, and we've definitely missed Leroy Sané in the team.
Andy's third question is, who's been your standout player so far this season? An extremely difficult one to answer. We've had so many injuries this season. There hasn't really been any standout players. Of course, our captain, Hugo Lloris, has been out for the last couple of months. Harry Kane is, of course, out injured. Heung-min Son, whenever he seems to play, he always seems to step up to the mark, although he's had a couple of very, very poor games as well. Very, very difficult one to answer. I don't think I can answer that. Lots of players have been in and out of games. So, yeah, sorry, I can't give an answer on that one.
Okay, question 3 from Chris. How would you describe Tottenham's season so far? And what did you make of the Jose Mourinho appointment? Well, if you look at your records and you take a look at the Premier League, and you're currently you lie in 6th at the moment. Your goal difference, this is the big thing. You're on +6 after 24 games. I mean, that stat alone should as a Spurs fan, you look at it going, is that it? We've got a goal difference of 6, +6. United have only got 1 more than you. Chelsea have got 3 more than you. But then if you look at the top 3 teams, which shows the difference, Leicester have got a goal difference of 28. City have got a goal difference of 38. And Liverpool have got a goal difference of 41. And I think that says an awful lot about your season. You only have to look at your last 5 games. Draw, loss, draw, win. Ultra inconsistency. Also, excuse me, if you look at Harry Kane is now out for the rest of the season, it looks like. Well, out the 20 games he started in the Premier League, he's only scored 11 goals. Now, if you look at, Vardy obviously scored a lot, but if you look at the next one down, you've got Dele Alli on 7. And I think that's been your big problem. Is under Pochettino over the last couple of seasons, you've played this attacking, free-flowing football and scored plenty of goals, but this season, a +6 goal difference shows that you're conceding and not really scoring as many as you should be. So Kane's got 11 goals, that's it. And that's all he's going to end on, with Dele Alli on 7. Now, if you take out, let's say, take City, for example, Aguero's got 16 goals out of 12 Premier League starts. We've got Gabi Jesus, who's got 9 goals in 11 starts. So straight away there, we've got 25 goals from 2 players. Totaling 23 games. If you look at the other teams around, sort of the top scorers, Rashford on 14, but he's out injured. Danny Ings on 14. Aubameyang at Arsenal, 14. Tammy Abraham at Chelsea, 13. All of these players playing for teams that you're in and around, and they've got natural goal scorers up front. Obviously, Kane would get more this season if he was playing, but we've got the likes of Kevin De Bruyne on 7 goals as well. Now, if you look at Kane, he's scored the same amount of goals as Pukki of Norwich, Jimenez of Wolves, Raheem Sterling, who's a winger at the end of the day. So I think that's where your problem lies. You're just not scoring enough goals. You're not as attacking as you have been in the past few seasons. With Mourinho, I think he'll make you more pragmatic, which means naturally you're not going to score as many goals. But hopefully, for you guys, you'll concede less. So it's a buy-off. It really is a buy-off. I don't know whether I haven't seen an awful lot of Spurs this season. I don't know whether it's a buy-off between that free-flow attacking football that you played with Ali, and obviously Eriksen not been at his best form and has been pushing for a move for a long time. I don't think has helped you, because he was probably your most creative player over the last 2-3 years. So I think maybe you'll pick up more points, more draws, and more points on the for the remainder of the season. But yeah, I don't know. Jose Mourinho, we know what he's like. He's an exceptional manager. He wins trophies. Whether he'll be able to put a squad together that will win something, because obviously you've got a chance in maybe the FA Cup this year. But other than that, I think if you might scrape top 4 under him with his pragmatic approach.
So Andy's 4th question, what are your thoughts on the way managers have spoken about the cup competitions, especially the way Klopp has spoken about it? Well, If I'm completely honest, as a Tottenham fan, I was always frustrated when we were under Maurizio Pochettino, when we were playing in the likes of the FA Cup and the League Cup. He would always make some strange decisions and put out a weakened team. A semi-final against Chelsea, he put Heung-min Son at left wing back. He left out Hugo Lloris for a key game as well. Left out Toby Alderweireld for a semi-final. There were lots of these sorts of decisions that were very, very frustrating. Jose Mourinho now will always be putting out our best possible 11. He is a master at winning cups. As I said earlier, he's won cups everywhere he's gone, and we are all hoping that he wins Tottenham a cup very, very soon. Jurgen Klopp has been putting out lots of weakened teams in cup competitions, but a lot of the time he seems to get away with it. They've got a lot of strength, they've got a lot of depth, and of course they've got so many competitions, certainly this season, that they've had to play in. But I do not like, as a football fan in general, I do not like people dismissing cup competitions like the FA Cup. I think that they should be taken seriously. And if you look over the last 10, 20 years, all of the top teams have won this competition.
Okay, and Chris's fourth question to me is, where do you see Man City and Spurs finishing this season? And will any of them win any cups this year? Well, it's pretty much like the previous answer I gave. I think City will finish second in the Premier League. I think we'll win the Carabao Cup, and I think we'll win the FA Cup. As far as Champions League, I think we might go for a long run, maybe the semi-finals, who knows, or even the finals. So I'm going to go for City to win 2 domestic cup competitions this year and finish second in the Premier League. With regards to Spurs, like I said in the previous answer, I think Mourinho's pragmatic approach might scrape you into the top 4 place, but I think it's going to be difficult with United and Chelsea and Wolves as well, all fighting for that one spot, because I can only see Liverpool, City, Leicester staying in those top 3. And I think it's going to be a shootout right to the death. I think it's going to happen probably on the last game of the season, who finishes 4th. So I'm going to go Spurs. You could finish 4th.
So Andy's last question is score prediction for Sunday. I never, ever go against my team. I will always back Tottenham to win. I'm going to go through a 3-2 Tottenham win. But the interesting fact is that Tottenham have not beaten a top 6 established side in the Premier League all season, home or away. So it should be a very, very interesting game. I'm hoping that our brand new signing, Steven Bergwijn, will make his debut. He might even get a start. Jose Mourinho is very bold with his decisions, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if he starts and even grabs a goal on his debut. So let's hope for a Tottenham win. Andy, I know that obviously you want Manchester City to win, but it should be a very good, entertaining game.
And Chris's final question to me is your Man City predicted lineup and your score prediction. Trying to predict a Pep Guardiola lineup is just so difficult. We all think, well, he's been dropped for that game, so he'll play in this, doesn't drops him again, or doesn't play him, or play somebody completely different. I always get it wrong. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I've got it right once, I think, in the last 6 weeks, but other than that, they're normally totally way off. So this will be my guess for tomorrow's game. It will be Ederson in net, and I think he'll play Walker at right back. I think Fernandinho and Laporte will play. That's what I'm guessing. And Benjamin Mendy will be left back. Rodri will be holding. Ahead of him, it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. Riyad Mahrez on the right, Sergio Aguero up front, and Raheem Sterling is dropped to the bench, in my opinion. Gabby Jesus is going to play on the left, and I'm going to go for that attacking 3 of Gabby on the left, Sergio up front, and Riyad Mahrez. And yeah, that's my guess, and that is all I can do with a Pep Guardiola selection, is a guess, because he just always throws a curveball every single game. But he did say in his press conference he does have a plan. But score prediction, I've gone for Tottenham 1, Manchester City 3. I think it's been, how many years since, I think it's been 2016 was the last time you beat us in a Premier League game. I know you got the draw earlier on in the season, but I think it's 2016 the last time you beat us in the Premier League. And we've tended to done really well when we've gone to your stadium. So I'm guessing, again, so Spurs 1, Manchester City 3. But anyway, I want to say a massive thank you to Chris. Don't forget, if you want to go over and check out his channel, he's a big YouTuber, got a big account on Spurs. It's Tottenham fan Chris Cowlin. And the links to his Twitter and his YouTube channel will be in the description below. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thanks a lot, Chris, for that. And we'll see tomorrow, 16:30, down at your place, how it goes. But all I'm hoping for is 3 points, and we'll just keep the pressure on Leicester and Liverpool. But anyway, take care, and we'll see you soon.